welcome my Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers. Welcome to your 8-card draw. What do I need shadow read for this full moon in Aquarius to new moon in Virgo, August 2023. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal. For short, they are my initials. I'm not bad, I'm just spelled that way. I am a professional witch, a professional intuitive, a president of Drawing the Circle, the president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, 25 years in business, author of Words of Grace from a professional witch. There's a Kindle version available. There is a link in the description box. You can preview it for free. Check out the table of contents because it is in chakra chapters. We're going to be talking about chakras in this reading, essential to energy healing and alchemy. We'll talk about it. And the original version, not the Kindle version. Some of my patrons get it on Patreon, and it is quite different in terms of color and spectrum of. It's just a wild thing. But Words of Grace, I love it very, very much. But all of my subscribers get 3 benefits in common. They get a daily check-in with me every day, an unlisted YouTube live stream link, so we chat about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with a prayer, a blessing, a little something to send us on our way. The best way for me to start my day, considering what I do for a living. Absolutely, it's a really good warm-up, at least. They also get all the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. All of the extended readings are timeless. All of them are relationship, soulmate contract, soulmate, twin flame, blah, blah, blah based. So they get all of them past, present, and future, as well as they all get a significant and extensive discount on private sessions with me, spiritual counseling and readings and all of that. We'll talk about it at the end of the video. But I love me some Patreon big time. It's been really such a freeing thing there. Not just to deal with algorithms. You sign up for one of my levels of subscription, you get everything on that level of subscription, and you can change it at any time. And we also have 7-day free trials for our first 2 levels of subscription, a little hard to say, Seeker and Human. Check it out. Bail, Day 6, I don't care. Come check out the daily check-ins and then watch all of those extended readings if you like. And come play around on Patreon because I am the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal. Hi. Hello, my beloved Aries friends. Let's get down to business because this is a shadow read and the astrology is worth looking at for this 2-week period. But first, let's do some explanation for the new Aries and cross watchers so they know what they're getting into. An 8-card draw is just 1 card from 8 different decks, getting you clues, tips, and hints about absolutely anything. We're going to be looking at the alchemy necessary for a waning moon to alchemize our shadow to light, our lead to gold, our pain to peace, our toxic to healthy, our fear to love, our illusion to truth over a 2-week period. Hence shadow work and a shadow read, releasing, letting go, surrendering, and all of that. And it's tricky for Aries in particular, but we'll talk about that in a minute. These 8 decks, like I said, there are chakras in here. So we've got 2 healing systems, 2 tarot decks, and 4 oracles. So it kind of covers a lot. It's a general read, you know that already. So let's take a look at this particular astrology and particularly how it is going to affect Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, blah, blah, blah. So we have the full moon in Aquarius on Tuesday, August 1st, which is also Lamas Luchnesad, Loaf Mass, a high holy day in the pagan wheel of the year, essentially mid-summer, because a month and a half later will be Mabon, autumnal equinox, so it's in between summer solstice and autumnal, did I say that right? Yes, autumnal equinox, and that happens at 2:32 p.m. Eastern. If you watch the 5-card draws at 2:32 was the same time as the new moon that got us here. Those are the 5-card draws. Beautiful, Nudiful, plant a seed, watch them grow. I do those too if you're new. And like that by itself, lovely, right? Enjoy that. Enjoy when the moon rides at her peak, then ye heart's desire seek. Aquarius, what's not to love, right? Humanitarian, right? Ruled by Uranus, keep that in mind. And then 2 weeks later to the new moon on Wednesday, August 16th. Now, it does go void, of course, at 5:38 a.m. I won't be awake for that anyway, but then it will not go into Virgo until 7:14 p.m. So just buyer beware on that one, and I'll have the 5-card draws out. We'll go into that later. Now here's the thing in between those two. On Monday, August 7th is actually the cross quarter of Lughnasadh Lammas, when the sun is at 15 degrees in Leo. Very, very high, powerful day. It's sort of like the official holiday, and then like the one that's on the calendar, right? You know, that way, how that works in certain locales. But the big one here, Chiron is retrograde in Aries. Yeah, Chiron, the wounded healer. So I mean, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, the child of the zodiac, the ego, the personality, the sense of self. Shadow work time for everybody, though, right? Because everybody, regardless if you have planets in Aries, I have. Do I have Saturn in Aries? Yeah, I have some Generation X. Sure, I've got that in there. So you know, it's going to be a tricky one, and that's what these reads are for, to help people, right? To help people get some clues, tips, and hints about, let's face it, not the fun part, right? The releasing, the letting go. Look, full moon, when the moon rides out her peak, then your heart's desire seek. Enjoy it. But then usually 3 days after that, that waning, that tide starts kind of challenging us to release and let go so that we can have a clean slate for the new moon. And the last 3 days before new moon is balsamic or dark moon, and that's when it's at its roughest. So, you know, stitch in time saves 9. And I write down all of my 5-card draws and my 8-card draws, and they're working for me, at least. So very, very confident about these. And so I guess that's enough explanation. So yeah, it is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs. You might have 4 different areas of your life that need some release, some letting go. Who doesn't? And cross-watchers, your opportunity to get some sympathy, empathy, insight, and understanding to the areas you are cross-watching for. But if you apply some of this to your own energy field, or just, you know, in energetic support of them, you're helping everybody move forward, releasing a little bit to let go of those 3 atoms in between lead and gold on the periodic table that cannot be created or destroyed, only changed, transformed. I like alchemized, which takes time, heat, and pressure. Welcome to a shadow read. So, enough explanation. Let's do the divination. Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will, and I will do my best to help anybody get the clarity, guidance, and grace they need to alchemize the shadow to light, the lead to gold, the pain to peace, the toxic to healthy, the fear to love, the illusion to truth, shifting us all to a more golden timeline rather than a leaded one and all that quantum, wantum, timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly stuff. The shift from explanation to divination happens in the still point, and I look forward to it. It's one of my favorite things. Shall we? Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. And we begin. Using the Caroline Mace archetype cards, I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine. For the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video, drawn to this reading, beloved ones, please, what is the dominant archetype, the soul pattern, hovering over the heads in the 8th chakra of the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and or cross-watchers, indicating the story here, the archetype, the pattern of shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, fear to love, shifting all the other chakras, what they attract and what they repel, so that they have the opportunity to no longer delay what cannot be prevented and released and let go of and all of that. This full to new August 2023. Ooh, the thief archetype. Now don't freak. Doesn't mean you're a thief, but it is a soul power. And this is, I believe, an action family. It's either action family or wild card, and so many of them can share. There are 9 different families, categories, groups. Written on the card is the shadow attribute and the light attribute. I call that the lead, the gold, and 3 atoms somewhere in there to be released. Now, you could be dealing with this for a reason, a season, or your whole lifetime, or you could be dealing with someone who has it reason, season, or lifetime, but it's still your lesson, your alchemy, no matter what anybody else is doing. So, the lead, stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or other powers you think you lack, right? So you only think. It's all within you. The answers are all within. Everything. We know that, and yet, do we? We may know it here. Do we know it in here? The light attribute, the gold, sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen, and that's your personal journey, your personal power, and you have free will to do that. So think about people stealing focus, stealing energy, right? Of course, there's that, copyright infringement and all the legal stuff, but if we take it out of the literal financial, sometimes we really see that we've survived quite a bit of theft in our life, and a paperclip here, Bic pen there, perhaps. I was an infamous Bic lighter thief back in the 80s. They just ended up in my pocket. Oh, not from stores though. I'm a Virgo. I don't go that far. That wisdom that can never be taken from you. It's in the soul, essentially. I love it. All right, so that's interesting. I'm not calling you a thief. You're dealing with the thief archetype. So let's get them next 4 chakras down. Heart, third eye, crown, which also rhymes, with 1 card from the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, a feminist goddess deck, because it's the feminine energy, the internal, your mental, emotional, spiritual schemata. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. My goddesses override. As I call upon my goddesses of fire, the sign of Aries and powers of the south, please, beloved goddesses of mutable cardinal fire, beloved ones, 1 card in clarity for these Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers who are watching this video, drawn to this reading. What do they need to be aware of? Heart, third eye, crown, throat chakra minimum, right? The choice, the willpower to delay or not delay that cannot be prevented. Alchemizing the shadow to light, the lead to gold, the pain to peace, the toxic to healthy, the fear to love, the illusion to truth. This full to new with the thief in the 8th and 7 of cups on the inner. Key word here is jealousy, and if that is the case, think of how many thefts have been fueled by jealousy. But 7 of cups doesn't necessarily always mean that. That's just what's written on the card here. This could be all sorts of emotional options, maybe even some emotional or cloudy thinking. Nonetheless, not a great time to make a life-changing decision, but a choice may be indicated, because you have to take one of those cups to bring something in to manifest, or to release something for that matter. And you may not be completely cognizant of that wealth within you that can never be stolen. But that's one of them cups, right? Like a Rider-Waite Tarot, 7 of cups, ooh, right? And sometimes we get the apathy of too many options, right? It's like, oh, well, if I choose that, I can't have that. We end up not choosing anything. So remember, there is such a thing as stealing time too, right? Let's see what this is about. Lower 3 chakras. I would say there's an emotional, that's kind of maybe heart chakra dominant there. And interestingly enough, the thief here, if you see, or I'll get a little closer, I have a candle burning there. Let's not set the cards on fire, Mel. You see the heart, it's like, hey, bud, look what I got. Yeah, he's fencing a heart there. Heart fence. Sounds like an energy technique. So yeah, this is maybe something within your heart. There may need to be some emotional release here, but when has shadow work ever been without some emotional component? So let's look at the lower 3 chakras with the Mythic Tarot, Juliet Sharman Burke. The lower 3 chakras are relationships in the physical world, your relationship to yourself, your relationship to other people individually, as well as groups, money, sex, power, people, places, and things. Let's see what the guidance is. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. My God's override. As I call upon my gods of fire, the sign of Aries and powers of the south, beloved gods of Cardinal, Creative, Fire, one card in clarity for these Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and their cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading. What do they need to be aware of, outside in, inside out, lower 3 chakras, relationships in the world, to help them alchemize the Thief in the 8th with the 7 of Cups on the inner, this full to new. The Knight of Pentacles, the Virgo card, mutable earth in Juliet Sharman's mythic tarot. Slow and steady wins the race. If you have any planets in Virgo, I do, but I have, like I said, Saturn in Aries. Does not apply to me for this reading, but certainly this could be someone that may or may not have Virgo placement, but this could be the Thief. This could also be the process of you slowly and surely regaining what you feel was stolen from you, but the options of how to do that emotionally may not be so clear right now, hence the need for the shadow work, the releasing, and sometimes even the rest. In the background here are beehives. Beehives are not created overnight. It is a slow process, right? One bee makes one, I think, teaspoon, I forget, teaspoon or tablespoon of honey in its lifespan, right? And it is a long process. Learn about hunter-gatherer, right? And then alchemist. So take your time with this. The details. As a Virgo power, cross your legs. There are details here that may need to be looked through. If this is a literal theft, there are probably clues and evidence there, but your emotional state may make this a little bit cloudier to cognize or recognize some of the details here. Regardless, Virgo, regardless of anybody's astrology, Virgo's 6th house is occupation and healing. So there is a way to do this where you occupy yourself with this shadow work in a way that is healing, and as you heal, what you are occupied with will heal as well. That's the idea, certainly. And the intestines. Virgo rules the intestines, so it is a filtration system, like sand, right? Mutable earth. One of the original filters, at least to get, the alligator dung out of the water. Alligator, crocodile, I always get them confused. See you later, alligator. But let's talk to the elephant-headed god. It was a good segue. I love my guides. The Whispers of Lord Ganesh. I love Ganesh. I've had a relationship with Lord Ganesh since right before when I started drawing the Circle Productions. Remover of obstacles, elephant-headed Hindu god of success and prosperity, and to help remove the obstacles of the 3 atoms between lead and gold. Let's ask him what he thinks about this. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Ganesh override. As I call upon the beloved Lord Ganesh, God of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles, please, beloved one, what is your guidance, your grace, your love, your wisdom, your powerful oracle message to help the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video? Drawn to this reading, alchemize the shadow to light, the lead to gold, the pain to peace, the toxic to healthy, the fear to love, the illusion to truth of the thief in the 8th, 7 of Cups on the inner, Knight of Pentacles, Virgo dynamic on the outer, this full to new. Personal transformation. Look, I'm going to say if you identify yourself as this is you from the outside looking in, this is about personal power. I would place this really in the solar plexus, Aries, right? You got to figure that creative personal power, the I am in that sense. So personal transformation is, well, it's shadow work. It's been called lots of different things by different cultures. So I'm going to read you what Angela Hartfield has to say here. This is a really good book. Card number 35, Personal Transformation. Your soul is assisting you with creating changes to align you with your life's purpose. So that's something, your life's purpose can't be stolen from you. And it's written within you. I know. What? Ultrasound. Ganesh is pointing to the heavens and encouraging you to be open to new ideas and the growth of your spirit. Listen to the still still small voice within, which would probably cut through a lot of that Seven of Cups stuff. You may have been feeling a strong desire to obtain or experience again a sense of meaning, inspiration, or purpose in your life. Let's stick a pin in that and go back to the Thief. All sorts of people get their yayas of popping people's balloons, right? Taking their inspiration, stealing their dream from, oh, you can't do that. Personal transformation says, well, thanks for the challenge, but I will rise, right? This is likely a time in which you are making some significant adjustments in your life. These adjustments are helping you in the process of changing yourself from the old you to the new you, and you will soon benefit from a fresh perspective on life. That's what these readings are for. You are in a great place now for honoring the person who you truly are or want to be. Self-estimation, self-esteem is a verb, rather than simply following a routine that has little meaning for you. This is a profound spiritual journey that you are experiencing, which brings greater meaning and purpose into your life. This will renew your inner energy, eliminate everything in your life that is not essential to your transformation. That's a shadow read. Marie Kondo the crap out of the house. Realize that some of your activities may be in place simply to act as buffers or distractions from what is truly important. I mean, the baby of the zodiac, yeah, right? Like, do your homework, cartoons. Well, that was my excuse. Allow the changes that are taking place and trust that a period of greater calm and stability will follow. Ganesha is calling you to your destiny. Your calls for guidance have not gone unnoticed, and you will ultimately find what you are yearning for. Personal transformation, there you go. Aries, first sign of the zodiac. Ego, self, personality with personal transformation. We're off and running for this series. Not shocked. Okay, all right. Yeah. You know, these readings were inspired by something Matt Kahn said. He goes, don't ask the divine, how am I doing? Ask, what do I need? And it is that. It's that. How are you doing? Compared to who? Compared to what, right? So we switched it up this time. They're always doing that. My guides are like, try this. What we're going to do is we're going to do animal, vegetable, and mineral. Animal with the Divine Animals Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. Then we're going to do the Magical Herb Oracle for vegetable, Sherilyn Darcy and Dear Dandy. And then we're going to do the Crystal Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno for mineral. And then we will end with a Matt Kahn healing mantra. And I don't know, this feels fun. And none of these bookie books are overwritten. So let's see. Everyone has access to spirit animals and totems. The Divine Pantheon of the Animal Kingdom is one of my personal favorites, being a nature child archetype since birth. Yeah, please take a nice deep breath. I mean, look at me. Still point. Totemic override. I call to the spirit animals and totems for the Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading. Please, who walks with them, who swims with them, who flies with them, who crawls with them, giving them the guidance, the grace, the wisdom, the support, the powerful oracle message to help them alchemize the shadow to light, the lead to gold, the pain to peace, the toxic to healthy, the fear to love, the illusion to truth, with the Thief in the 8th, Seven of Cups on the inner, Knight of Pentacles on the outer, removing obstacles with personal transformation, this full to new. The Seahorse, equality. If you know anything about seahorses, you know that the distribution of labor and the raising of the little baby sea ponies, let's just for a moment pretend they're called sea ponies, that it is an equal exchange. Like the male absolutely carries, I think, the eggs for a really long time. And that's a beautiful thing. So this could be about a one-on-one relationship, which might mean this is maybe not so much about literal theft, equality. Seek equality in relationships, in particular intimate ones. You will attract what you resonate. You can decide your future. Hiding from our fears is rarely a good strategy. It is time to ensure that the domestic and emotional labor in your world is shared equally. So, who's stealing what from whom, when, where? But the why is always the same, because they fear that they lack something. And we all have those fears. That's fine. Well, it's not fine, but that's the lead asking to be alchemized into gold. So I'm just going to read the magic. Like most ocean-based elemental magic, the keys here are flow and fluidity. They're going to be helpful with that Seven of Cups. However, seahorse magic can best be utilized around issues of equality. If you want to be seen as an equal, or you are being discriminated against in sex, race, or status, you can ask for the help of seahorse energy to receive balance and justice. So, what about the stealing of rights and properties? You know what I mean? Like, oh God, just what's going on the planet, right? You're feeling violated. Well, this points you right inside to that emotional world. There is a way through this, through your own personal transformation, because they can't take that away from me. Hey, are you seahorse? You know, in another timeline, I am a lounge singer. I am well trained, but that's what I would have put it to. I think this is better. At least I get air conditioning. And my cats. So let's do the magical herb oracle. This and the crystal oracle will be from my beloved Archangel Ariel. Everyone has access to archangelic consciousness, but you're going to have to wait till we use the Archangel Fire Oracle for me to go deeper in that, or just go watch the 5-card draws. The Magical Herb Oracle, written by Sherilyn Darcy, illustrated by Dear Dandy, D-E-E-R Dandy. Let's ask Archangel Ariel, and this is the newest one. A lot of info in there, but I'm just going to read the divinatory part of it, because they give like spells and recipes and stuff. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Ariel, override. As I call upon my beloved Archangel Ariel, one of the archangels of the north, powers of earth, hence the magical herb oracle, Archangel of Lyons, Archangel of nature, Archangel of wealth and braveheartedness. What is your guidance, your grace, your love, your wisdom, your powerful oracle message using the magical herb oracle to help the Aries Collective and the Crosswatchers alchemize their shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, fear to love? With Thief in the 8th, 7 of Cups on the inner, Virgo on the outer, personal transformation, removing those obstacles with equality, this full to new. Clarity. What does that say? Does that say Bilberry? Is that a hobbit? Wait a minute. Where's the magnifying glass? I need the magnifying glass. Yeah, it's Bilberry Baggins. Bilberry! Wonder if he's related to Ken Berry. Mayberry RFD flashback. I know, I just triggered a bunch of Gen X's and probably some baby boomers there as well. Just don't do the whistle song. It'll be stuck in my head all day. Clarity, Bilberry. Hey, Bilberry. So it sounds like a drag name, a drag king name. Oracle meanings, a revelation and light being cast upon a situation will enable deeper understanding, and perhaps something you have been waiting for will be uncovered. Maybe stolen something, huh? Or that wealth within you, right? You may need to work with greater accuracy and be more mindful of smaller details in the moment. Protection of what you are sharing is also indicated, so don't show all of your hand just yet. Keep a little back for a while. Keep your eyes wide open now, because you might just miss a small but very important detail. This is not the detective archetype. That's a wisdom family archetype. But it does feel, I'm getting a little Hercule Poirot order and method here for you here, a little Miss Marpling around the bend, as it could be. So clarity, I mean, that does make sense, right? The clarity would be helpful with that, right? 7 of Cups on the inner there. Now, I will say, if there is jealousy involved here, the deadly sin of the third eye, according to Carolyn Mace's Defy Gravity, deadly sin of envy. Each chakra has a deadly sin. Each chakra has a healing grace. That's also in my book, Words of Grace and Chakra Chapters, blah, blah, blah. So it is sacred knowledge, the grace of knowledge in the third eye, that you see sooner or later that we're all one, but the third eye can only see truth or illusion in any given second. That's why, to kind of emotionally clear this out, that 7 of Cups there, and certainly with Bilberry Baggins, clarity there, that could be very helpful. And get that whatever has happened to you, it's about your personal transformation, not what anybody else does, for you to get the equality that you need on this. Not just balance the scale, but it did talk of justice, and that could certainly be criminal justice in a general read. The Crystal Oracle, Tony Carmine Salerno. Still got Archangel Ariel on the line. Well, we're all together all the time. So let's ask her. Please take a nice deep breath. We did animal, we did vegetable. Let's do mineral. Still point. My beloved Archangel Ariel, please, one card in clarity. Again, what is your guidance, your grace, your love, your wisdom, your power, your oracle message for the Aries Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading for the element of Earth, in the sense, right, of the Crystal Oracle? Maybe a little touchstone, a little crystal, a little amulet, a little talisman, a little touchstone to help them. But more importantly, what is your guidance, your grace, your love, your wisdom, your power, your oracle message? Help them alchemize the thief archetype in the 8th, from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, fear to love, illusion to truth. This full to new, good old smoky quartz, grounded and protected, and the landscapers just showed up. That's okay. I can speak over a weed whacker. I'm a quarter Sicilian and I'm from New York. Worry not, my beloved Aries, and I will never take myself so seriously that I will not at least have a lovely inner chuckle about that. Where are we? Smoky quartz, emotional blockage. 6 of Cups, 7 of Cups, negative thoughts, release, grounding, and protection. This beautiful smoky quartz crystal has appeared in your reading today to help you release and express the many emotions you have kept suppressed for quite some time, and that might be what's clouding things. Right? I mean, a theft like this need not happen during this 2-week period. This could be something that happened lifetimes ago. Why not, right? This lifetime, yesterday, 10 years ago, right? Some kind of theft. There's an emotional cause to all physical symptoms, so know that by acknowledging and expressing how you feel, you allow healing to occur. It's true. It's called being truthful. It's like, this is how I feel emotionally, and this is how I feel physically, without judgment, but allowing yourself just to be in that moment, in the present moment. Do not be afraid to cry. For your tears will wash away your sadness and restore your emotional, mental, and physical well-being. I will assign an affidavit to the truth of that statement. There is a jewel to be found in every teardrop, and sometimes, well, it happens more and more. That's spiritual practice, but like the tears of gratitude and tears of true love and the divine, and it just, those tears become holy water, and they don't just heal you on their way out, they bless the world. So next time you're blowing your nose and you have the kind of thing, you got sacred snot, I don't know, you do you. Trust! Exclamation point. This card signifies that healing is occurring right now. Yeah, of course it is. It is. I mean, this is the thing. This might be, for some of you, something that's been in play. But the best part of this, removing obstacles with personal transformation, it is sort of like, you're going to steal from me? Well, watch this, right? Watch what I do now, right? That can bring clarity for your own equality in the situation, and balance the scales, right? But slow and steady wins the race. You got to use strategery. But obviously the emotional part of that is key. Why wouldn't it be? All right, last card down. Metcon healing mantra. All right, minimum here, crosswatcher. Heads up. Use this mantra. They work if you work them. Like I said, I write all of mine down, lock them into pieces of jewelry that I wear all the time, just to remind me that there's something in play, waxing or waning. Please take a nice deep breath. Told you I'm a professional witch. Still point. Ascended Masters override. I call upon the Ascended Masters of the General Assembly for the Aries Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Signs, and Crosswatchers watching this video and drawn to this reading. Beloved ones, what is your guidance, your grace, your love, your wisdom, your powerful message here with the perfect healing mantra to help them alchemize their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, their toxic to healthy, their fear to love, with thief in the eighth, 7 of cups on the inner, Virgo on the outer, personal transformation, equality, clarity, and smoky quartz. This full to new August 2023. Integrating the ego, personality, self. Everything is for me, not against me. Now look, don't explode, Aries. It rarely looks that way, but that's in A Course in Miracles. I mean, I'm a student and a teacher of Course in Miracles for decades. Everything is for you. It's happening for you, not to you, is the way it says it. And this is a really, it's not radically different, but everything is for me, not against me. And when do we see that? When our eyes are clear and we look back in a moment of peace. And it backs up a deeper truth that you can't fuck up the divine plan. You can't. Infinite quantum timelines, integrating the ego, though. So it's not about destroying the ego or the ego being your enemy. It's integrating it, right? It's a much more heart-centered approach. Everything is for me, not against me. When your ego is integrated, there are no problems to fix or questions to answer. Now, is that a permanent state? Yes, eventually. But that's like enlightenment. I'm not there yet, and I've been practicing for a while. There are just the aligned responses of the soul's reality, acknowledging life as fertile ground where greater expansion is revealed. So, whatever was stolen from you, it's giving you the opportunity to expand in a different direction, particularly embracing that wealth that can't be stolen from you. As you integrate your ego, every moment can be seen to be conspiring for your highest evolution instead of plotting against you, right? And we all have those days where it feels that way. And then you have these peak experiences where you get to the top of the mountain and you look back and you go, oh my God, that couldn't happen any other way. I didn't fuck it up. Every step. I mean, they seem rare, but a mantra like this, particularly with clarity, protection, grounded, moving through that emotional blockage, it seems like the natural result of doing the shadow work this way. This mantra is ideal for overcoming victimhood, if you have been stolen from, being more grateful, and becoming more forgiving. Because you look back and go, oh, because the divine doesn't need to forgive. It never condemned in the first place. This world is Maya. Let's just do the blessimation, yeah. Spiritual teach much, yeah. So what we're going to do is a little blessimation here, a little blessing and summation combo here, and then officially the reading's over for that, unless you want to jump out now, you do you. But we are going to talk about some cool stuff at the end of the video, like I said, private sessions and all that, if you want to hang out for it, and I usually let any residual goofy come out of me, because it's a skill to make a shadow read fun. Please take a nice deep breath. Last time. Still point. Pantheonic override. And we end as we began, as I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine. For the Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Signs, and Crosswatchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading, may they be blessed with all that they need to alchemize the shadow to light, the lead to gold, the pain to peace, the toxic to healthy, of the thief archetype, so they shed light on the potential wealth within them that can never be stolen, which of course, will be helped by Bilberry's clarity, just even the vibe of that, in order to see the equality, that they are integrating the ego, that everything is for them, not against them, so that they take the personal transformation with the groundedness, the protection, the healing of the emotional blockages that we see here in the Seven of Cups that might make things a little cloudy and amorphous as they slow and steady win the race, step by step. Knight of Pentacles, healing and occupying themselves with healing, or maybe with someone in that position as well. Both can be true. For their well-being, for the well-being of all, that they shift to a more golden timeline, a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser version of themselves, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. So mote it be, and so it is. Underworld Catwalk, thank you, Janet Grace. She just keeps cranking out the hits for me. I'm so thrilled. Anyway, if you liked the reading, if you felt it helpful, if you felt it, click, hit the thumbs up. Just helps other Aries and cross watchers find it, because I'm over on Patreon, the land of no algorithm. You sign up for one of my levels of subscription, you get everything on that level of subscription. Since I started the platform, or that level, we've added a bunch along the way. Remember, you get the daily check-ins, the extended readings, and the extensive discount on private sessions with me. We'll talk about that in a sec, but we also do have those 7-day free trials. If you want to dip a toe for a week, you're more than welcome to. And although I haven't set it up yet, they just gave us the ability to sell digital content from our Patreon, which I'm going to start working on after Luchnesad, after Lamas. I got to get these reads done and some other projects before I start tackling that. But that's what I mean. If you are a creative type, check it out for yourself as a creator. It is the best career move I ever made, and you can tell by my energy. I'm not lying, because I don't lie. Why? Because healers can't lie and liars can't heal, and we're all on a journey finding ourselves in our way there. So hang in there. I love you. And if you want to book me for one of them, their private sessions, there is a video in the description box, a link, booking private sessions with Mal. 25th anniversary. I changed the prices for the first time in 25 years. It's also on my website, drawingthecircle.com. Click on the store. You'll see reading packages and spiritual counseling. So it's all written down too. But the video is about 11 minutes. It makes me laugh. I had a good time making it. And I say over and over and over and over again, I'll never turn anybody away because of lack of funds, and I never have and I never will. That's not who I am. That's not who I want to be. Because I would like to not have to keep reincarnating here. There are other places apparently. So let's see how that goes. Otherwise, I love you, my Rams. You hang in there. You know, your innocence is your way through this, but allowing that innocence a breathing room in this world is tricky. So pull back if you need to. Do what you got to do. Get that clarity and your equality. I believe in you. Hang in there. Heal. Hail. Farewell. And blessed, blessed be.